Well, I work with craftspeople, so for me the title of this conference is actually Crafting a Sustainable Future. Handmade is the future, and handmade meets 11 of the 17 Sustainable Development Goals. And Kashmir is actually a microcosm of the most extraordinary craft. I think that when we talk about J&K and Ladakh or any part of India, and we are talking of its development, we must be aware of its uniqueness. I think that any sort of policy, any strategy has to build on the uniqueness of the region. We are increasingly aware of our unique and diverse ecosystems and their value and the importance of preserving and nourishing them. We've heard a lot about that through the day. But similarly, we must be aware of the cultural and social ecosystem each area has. The attempt to make India a single monoculture would destroy its unique essence. So few parts of India have such a unique richness of craft traditions as Kashmir, so many techniques, so many exquisite motives, and so many people dependent on these hand skills. I think almost every family in Kashmir has at least one member who's either making craft or selling it. And so tourism, which, as we've heard, has decreased so much for a variety of political and economic reasons and logistic reasons, has had a terrible impact on the craft sector. The markets and buyers have dwindled, the makers lack both the economic and entrepreneurial means to optimize their extraordinary potential, and 30 years of insurgency, infiltration, and army occupation have resulted not only in the loss of tourism and trade, but a loss of confidence and a disconnect with mainland India and a perception from mainland India that Kashmir is a no-go area. Unemployment among youth is high, leading to disillusionment and further poverty, violence, and reactionary fundamentalism. Over the last year, Kashmir's economy and craft growth has been further ravaged by the extraordinary events of last August. The verdict is still out on what the eventual outcomes on me, but we must be aware that it was a seismic shock with a social, emotional, political, psychological, and economic impact. I think that when we strategize for Kashmir, we must realize that and the sensitivity of the people and the region, and that we cannot, however brilliant our solutions are, impose these without considering what the status quo presently is. Moving from that, my own organization, Daskar, has been working in Ladakh, in Kashmir for over 30 years. We've worked with women in villages in Baramulla and Sopore, whose husbands have all gone. And we've recently been working on a project called Commitment to Kashmir, where we've picked up young entrepreneurs and are building on them as the kind of activators and the things of further development. I'm going to show you a very short film, which will be on the work that Daskar and Commitment to Kashmir is doing, and which is, I think, a module of what we need. Because what do craftspeople need? The skills are there in abundance, but how can we make those skills come alive again and earn them a sustainable living? So it's design and product development, it's upgrading technology to make the process more productive and eco-friendly, it's access to new high-end metro markets, there's entrepreneurship training, credit and storage facilities, and then, very, very importantly, a whole range of ancillary skills like packaging, dyeing, dry cleaning, tailoring, finishing, drying chambers, all of which can generate local employment. So, over to the film.
Young people with injuries to their eyes, and doctors say most of them will lose their eyesight.
Anyone who works with craft has to work in Kashmir because every family, every individual is touched by craft production in some way.
ये काम बचपन से करते हैं। मैं अपने बाप से सीखा है। कम से कम 70-80 साल हो गए ये काम करते करते।
यहाँ पे तो हालत खराब है के वजह से यहाँ पे बेरोजगारी भी बहुत है। लोग तो काम करना चाहते हैं और जब यहाँ पे महीने में कम से कम 10 दिन बंद रहता है, जो नौजवान है वो काम नहीं कर पाते हैं।
When a place is almost locked out from the rest of India because of the insurgency and the violence that is happening, it does affect everybody.
लोग तो भाई यहाँ आ रहा है, जब तक किसी को उठा के देख लो, उसमें ताकि पता नहीं 500 बंदे उसमें काम करते थे। अब वो भाई आ रही है, यहाँ भी आ। ये तो पहली बात जो आपने ये कोशिश किया है आज तक ये बाप दादा का डिजाइनर भी था सब ये बाहर का पता नहीं हमको सिर्फ यहाँ पर इसमें पता।
We are not working only with an artisan, we are actually working and scaling up and setting up enterprises.
Our aim actually was to make artisans into entrepreneurs.
We used to work like randomly. Now we are using business tactics and thinking like a business person now.
मैं सीखूं कैसे ये फायदा लगा एक तो हमें वहाँ से बाजार मिला दूसरा उन्होंने हमें डिजाइनर दे दिया और वो हमारा पूरा हेल्प कर रहे हैं कि नया नया माल कैसे अपनाऊंगी तो हम इस वक्त भी उसी काम में लगे हुए तकरीबन एक साल से उसी काम में लगे हुए।
पहले मुझे डिजाइन बनाने नहीं था, जिनका मैंने हमें सिखाया कॉस्टिंग करना, बिजनेस में मतलब हमें क्या करना है क्या नहीं करना है, वो मुझे सीखने को बहुत कुछ मिला। What has helped us is A, that we have a very, very strong link with our partner, Craft Development Institute in Srinagar, and so they have been a very strong support system in the valley.
So CDI's role right from the beginning has to identify the right kind of people for the project and then providing the support in terms of infrastructure, documentation, and also hand-holding and networking with the right kind of raw materials, sources.
मेरा नाम मोहम्मद यूनुस शाह है, मैं पेपरमाशी का काम करता हूँ। C2K से हमें ये फायदा मिल रहा है कि कुछ नए प्रोडक्ट बनते हैं, नई पहचान बनती है इस काम की।
So the intervention is not only limited to a range of products. They are also thinking along with us. There is a constant dialogue with them, and that dialogue is also opening them in terms of what else they can do to improve their livelihood, and they are connected to the world.
Every human looks for a purpose in life, and each of these artisans themselves will employ. They will generate livelihoods for so many people. They will keep so many people engaged, and they give so many people a purpose. So if Guruj alone gives 10 people a purpose, 50 artisans would mean 500 people getting a purpose. And I think that's, however small a battle, that's a battle won.
सीटू को भी यहाँ नई डिजाइन हुई, थोड़ा सा ये हुआ कि थोड़ी सी मुझे लग रहा है अपने अपने तरीके से इस पे आपकी थोड़ी सी शायद ओवर बढ़ गई।
I want more market and more products, और production करना चाहती हूँ नए अलग चीजों में और yes big goal.
We're just going to flash some of the new products that designs that we've developed. It'll just take a minute or so. I mean, and basically, whether you're talking of crafts or you're talking about animal husbandry or you're talking about tourism, you have to work with the community. You have to make the community feel motivated and a part of it. So this is some of the designs. Can we have the lights off? It's just 2 minutes, I think, not even 2 minutes.